It's women crushing it Wednesdays. OGs hooking up in the kitchen. Call it being range. Nike's opinions leave you kids days. Me and Zo's an unforgettable fighter. With a fist raised, we talking offense and defense. Cause if you get knocked out, it's all in the pretense. We put lights out like D10s. Christine, so pristine, you gotta respect the Queen's gift. Just sit back and enjoy the views. Opinions are plentiful, but it's for y'all to choose. Women crushing it Wednesdays. Let's get into it. It hit different.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Women Crushing It Wednesdays. I got my girls, Nika and Crystal. How y'all doing, ladies?
Doing good. Well,
very good.
I'm not doing that good because
it's gonna get better. The night's gonna get better.
Okay. I'm not really doing that good. I'm not really doing it good.
And then, of course, we have Olympian and former world champion Jamel Herring in the place. How you doing?
What's going on, y'all? I'm good, Christine. You know me. I'm good. I'm always good.
Yeah. You chilling?
Yeah, I'm good.
So before we get started, I want to give a shout out to the Tere that does our videos and our thumbnails, and of course, Almighty Kane, who does the intro. He did a fabulous job. I mean, every time I play, I just want to be like, vibing, Yes, he did an excellent job. Excellent job. So we were supposed to have from across the pond, but you know what? It's 3:00 in the morning, so I get it.
Probably sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably sleeping. So we'll catch him. We'll catch him another time. But, before we get started, I do want to give condolences to the family of Georgia O'Connor from the UK, who passed away. I believe it was last from cancer. Condolences to her family. Yeah. I wanted to say that earlier, Jamel and Norbs and I were having a conversation, and we were talking about Olympians to pro. And you had something to say about that. And I was like, you know what, let's touch on it because, Omari Jones came to my gym. Love him. Amazing. Bronze medalist. And he's got a fight coming up. He's 2-0. And the transition seemed to flow really, really well. But what were you talking about, Jamel? Like there was, has it always been that way?
Hell no, it hasn't. And it's crazy because at one point in time, soon as especially Americans at least, American Olympian boxers, once the games is over, they were already set to make their pro debut, literally right around the corner. But it seemed like in the last few Olympic Games, we don't get that same type of press or attention anymore from Olympians transitioning over to the pros. It's like now you may hear from one or two that might go pro 6 months to a year down the road afterwards, and it's crazy. And I don't think hasn't been talked about enough. Like I get it, I can understand like the game changing up and things of that nature, but again, it's like these guys, their whole goal was to go from Olympic dreams, of course, into the pros to where you would think they would make a great, lucrative career.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we don't have Crystals in her car right now, so we don't have the ding, 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 ding. But that's the ding, 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 ding. So thank you, Deontay Boom,
thank you so
the
much,
super
Deontay.
chat. He says, "What it do, y'all?" And
thank you
very
for
much.
tuning in. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's so awesome.
Deontay said it with a boom. Yeah, that's $20 for boom.
No, but you know what? Yeah. So I see what you're saying, and I know that back in the day, it couldn't be talked about prior. Like before anybody went pro, you could not talk about offers were being made, and people had to kind of stay away from you, or else you might have not been able to continue on in
I was
amateurs.
gonna ask you guys that. Is that illegal? Like the NBA, the scouts are not allowed to
Pretty much, because it happened to us during the 2012 Olympic Games in London. I remember, I never forget, it was during our training session. We were training, and we all got a notice that there was word that some of us, that were already had signed pro deals, which we haven't, but they were basically threatening to disqualify the whole Olympic team. So we had to basically step away from even speaking on going pro until after the games, whatever. But yeah, it was a big thing.
But that is the common for the USA boxing Olympians. That is not common in other countries. In other countries,
Right.
they do allow the pros to box
Yes.
in the Olympics.
Yes.
This is only the standard for the USA.
Yes.
From
Absolutely.
your understanding, correct?
But you know, I saw Clarissa tweet something one day. I don't know where I saw it, but she was saying like she had an idea, like, but the Olympics need to let her come back to fight in the next one. So
I think that stems from the fact that we don't have any golds right now. The last gold in the men was 2004 with Andre Ward. The last gold with the female was 2012 or 2016 rather with Clarissa, right? So now she say, well, throw me back in there and then we get a gold again, I think that's where her heart is. She want to have another gold, or the United States want to have another gold. I get it. Unfortunately, right now the team in 2028, I don't know that we'll get another gold in 2028 either.
Yeah. The thing is, there's a lot of pressure because the money comes from winning medals. It really does. And job security for the head coaches. How many medals can you collect? And how many medals are you going to get at the Olympics? So there is a lot of pressure. And, we had the 2020 and we were going through COVID. I thought it was a very hard time. But we actually got more medals than the 2024 Olympics. We only got one with Omari Jones, the bronze medal. So pressure is on for Team USA. It really is. But we are the only country also, in all fairness, that does not allow pros to compete too. These other countries do. And I don't know if that's an advantage or a disadvantage. What are y'all's thoughts on that?
I want the golds. I want golds in the US. So put whoever you need to put in there. We need gold. We need gold.
I don't think it's an advantage. I think it's because of the pace. Because like the pros we may be asking for on the American side, like we'll probably be doing like 8, 10, 12 rounds by then. Those guys, they want to, and so like the pace is slowed down a lot in the Olympics. So I don't think it's an advantage. I think it may be a disadvantage because and you got to also, Christine, the difference in styles in terms of scoring and that nature. I mean, it's not computer scoring anymore, but they still scored a certain way that we may not be accustomed to as we get further into our pro careers.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is true. That scoring criteria is much different in the Olympics as opposed to the professional world, right?
Absolutely.
But I think one thing we have to remember, we are lucky to have boxing now in LA 2028 because at one time that was not even possible.
Yeah, so, it almost didn't happen. And the thing is this, so I mean, there's a lot of pros and cons. So other countries do allow these professionals that have had so much experience to go back to the Olympics. And then I think about like here, like the kids that are coming up in the gyms, the grassroots. It's like if they knew that they would never get an opportunity because one pros was going to take a weight class, it's disheartening. It's like you have no chance. So I'm glad that we do it the way we do. I don't know that's a detriment to us, but I do love the fact that we don't do that because there are so many like young rising stars that are about to come up.
No, I get it.
You don't give the
chance. Dumb people's spots, but I want the goals over here. So can we? They should have like a minimum, maybe like 2, maybe 4 pros on the team.
Look at
you're still taking on spots though. You're still taking on spots.
Yeah, but y'all need to win.
You still taking somebody losing.
I mean, jobs are at risk. Like, that is just, it's a fact. Jobs are at risk for the higher ups. When you're not those golds, the money stops coming in, and we want to keep the program thriving. So something's got to change. Something definitely has to change.
That's an idea.
It's not us. I don't think it's not us. I think it's the system. I don't care. It's the system. The system was pretty much after the 80s. the system was basically changed and built to basically eliminate us from dominating the Olympics like we once were. So I don't think it's us. I think it's the system. That's just my opinion.
Toes back in. I would like to see how Clarissa would do going back to the Olympics. Like,
but it's a risk. I feel like it's a risk though. Imagine okay, you dominating the pros, whatever, and then you go into the Olympics and you just have maybe just a bad night, and it's like you lost to a kid. Like you probably,
But that's not always
it's a risk. Like you gotta think about a little kid in there.
So
another country who put a pro against her. Is that a risk she willing to take? I mean,
but
remember the rumors.
It's not, we don't. It's the draw though. We don't control the draw. You don't know who you matching up with.
Right.
Exactly. You can get lucky if you're seeded. You just know where you start at. But in terms of that, you don't know the luck of the draws. You might come in there against a kid that's half your age.
Yes.
Full of piss and vinegar, and then you now you're trying to chase him around, and you look crazy out there. Like I wouldn't chance it.
Remember the rumors of Manny Pacquiao going to. Manny Pacquiao was wanting to return.
Has to change. Something that that's happened in the past, and maybe Jamel can attest to it or not. Where there were people in place, and those people would have their people, in camps and doing things, and now there's a system now where there's supposed to be a system where you have to do certain things to get qualified. There's camps, selection camps and things like that. So I don't know if the pot is getting thinner and the talent is not there. I don't know if we need to put more emphasis on the amateurs in our communities. I don't know. But it seems like right now it's a little dry. But God willing, in the very near future, and I have a few people that are coming up. So
we have to remember as well that when the economy is poor, it's difficult to keep the athletes in the boxing world because they have to make the money to survive, and there's no money coming from the amateurs. It's mostly sponsorship once they reach to the Olympic level.
The only ones that get a stipend are the number ones. So like the number threes, and they're asked to be in camp too the same amount of time sometimes as the number ones. If they're older and they have rent to pay, or maybe they have a kid, whatever, it's very hard.
I can't complain. I was getting that stipend at one point, so I'm not mad at it. But I had to work for that. We had to earn that spot.
That's crazy. Yeah, the programs need more funding and stuff like that too.
But no, like Christine said earlier, but the stipends also come down from the medal count.
The medal count.
The medal count though. So it's a lot that goes into it. So if the team before collects a ton of medals, then the next team coming up is pretty much they're good. But
absolutely, it's a gamble. It's like rolling the dice,
But many of them are turning pro now, as opposed to staying another 4 years to go to the Olympics after they get the experience. Yes. Why? Because of the money.
Very true. Very true.
Nearly the whole team of Keyshawn Davis, when he win, all of that, almost the whole team go to top rank. Why? Because the money was there.
Absolutely.
You can't blame the lads for that.
We'll definitely talk about that, but all I can say to like everybody out there, like support your local gyms, your communities. A lot of them are non-fit, some aren't. The struggle is real, but there's some people that really, really want to get into the gym, and maybe they can't afford it, or maybe they don't have the equipment. Even though boxing is a poor man's sport, and maybe the fees to the gym are fine unless you get these ridiculous gyms that I've seen too, where they charge so much to these poor kids.
I had an incident with a kid recently about that with these gym fees, and one gym was pretty much almost charging $100 a week. I'm like, where do they get this money? Like it's a kid.
There's no way. That's crazy.
$400 a month.
No, I believe
exactly.
It's like that's what people like pay for, like to play football and stuff like that. It's like I don't know. I don't get it.
And box is all year round. So imagine you paying that all year round just to train.
No, it's not good. And these guys, honestly, like most of the guys and girls into the gym, there's a reason. They need a second home. They need somewhere to be. They need something to do. Maybe they have anger issues. Maybe they have family issues. Maybe they don't, but they need to punch a bag. They
But
need to let out
that also gives
something.
credit to you though, Christina, and you and other coaches, because like a lot of people don't know, for the most part, y'all work for free. Y'all don't, and not everybody comes across.
Absolutely.
Not everybody comes across a Bud Crawford when they do get to that
Right.
level of in their career in terms of like the pro level. So credit to a lot of these trainers, because a lot of these trainers basically doing it off the love of the sport and love of the game, because a lot of
Absolutely.
y'all basically doing it for free. Like no one, like y'all are not getting anything, and y'all using your own time
That's
to
true.
come to the gym
And money,
after,
because
and money and gym, and let's not forget also when y'all have to go to tournaments. A lot of the times,
For a
a
week.
lot of y'all gotta come up the
in a
pocket
different
yourselves.
state. Absolutely. You know, my husband was telling somebody if we had to like live off of boxing, we'd live under a bridge right now. He has a great
Right.
job, so I'm able to do what I want to do, and he's able to do it too. But we have the people like, I mean, prime example, you know, chicken, Shrek Calf, coming from fighting in the clubs, you know, single mother, 2 children. You know, if somebody was charging her like outrageous prices, there's no way she could do it, you know, because she has to work. So yeah, a
Look,
lot of boxers, a lot of coaches, a lot of gyms in the world, definitely props to them, you know.
yeah,
And even I will say this because I was thinking about this today because Omari came to the gym the other day and he brought his pops. And I always gave props to the grassroots coaches because they're the ones that do the sacrifices. Okay, they're the ones that do everything, pick them up, drive them there, teach them the basics, and then they would go to Colorado and we
Right.
just, you know, tune some things, you know. But
Trill
so
says here. It says Jim's charging and not teaching anything but Floyd's mitt work routine. That's right.
that's
Like they're
True.
charging these kids
for
and they're not
Instagram.
teaching them anything. They're
But
not
no, but
teaching
That is
them.
so true.
shout out to the nonprofit gyms though that actually do, you know, focus on catering to the children and things of that nature. Because
Yeah.
Cincinnati has a gym called Cincinnati Golden Gloves, ran by Christina La Rosa. You know, the La Rosa family was big in boxing during the 80s. They managed Aaron Pryor's career. So I just want to announce that. But that's only but one, but so many gyms that's like that where kids can just go there and just to learn the sport and train for free. And the nonprofit gyms these days, they take care of all the travel and expenses of that nature.
they do.
Absolutely.
And I also throw out this gym. The officials for the amateur boxing, they don't get paid nothing.
At
No, I was
all.
gonna
The
say, Crystal,
officials, yes. Shout out to the
somebody put
officials too.
this comment right here. Ramirez Boxing 24/7 says cost of being an official is also ridiculous. So
Yes.
wait, you guys have to pay too?
Yeah, they don't get paid.
Yeah, so you have to pay for your own way to get
What?
there. You have to
Yes.
pay for.
Wait
Oh
a
yeah,
minute,
I didn't know
Crystal.
that.
I thought that
boxing
they were
Yes, they
officials
do.
is the only
reimbursing or
sport.
you were,
This is the
wow,
only
Crystal.
sport in the
Yeah.
United States
Really love
that
boxing.
an amateur world that you have to pay to be an official. But let me just put this out there also, just so you're not so scared. But there are some who are invited. Once you are invited and you are on a higher level, you do get some shared expenses, right?
Yes, but you
But
have to
for the
plan a
most
lot
part,
in order to like be showing up and letting them see
yeah,
your face. It takes a
they
lot.
actually.
Hey,
So you
boxing really
also
is a
get
poor man's
judged.
sport. That's crazy.
You
Yeah,
I
I
also
didn't
didn't
get
know
know
that.
that you were
judged.
paying for all of this,
Um,
Crystal. Because
yeah.
Yeah.
it seemed like every
Yeah.
weekend you out there. So
Yeah,
you're
I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
And
oh no.
and the thing is this too. So we're nonprofit. My gym is nonprofit, okay? But I will say this, people are not willing to give money to a boxing gym because what is America's sport? Football,
Baseball,
baseball. You know,
basketball.
I've had many people tell me would go to the city. It's so violent. Oh my gosh, no, we can't support this. You know, and I'm like, there are kids and young adults out there that really need to be here because if not, they're going to be on the news. Not
Right.
all of them, but some of them. You
A
know,
good
and
handful of them. A good handful of them.
absolutely. And for the in 2027 will be 20 years. Okay. And right now, this year is the first time ever, shout out to E&D Roofing, that they're going to hold a golf tournament and give us the proceeds for the donations. First time
That's what's
ever.
up.
Nobody would touch us, you know.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
So
Oh,
shout
say
out
say
to
the name
them.
again. We say their name again.
E&D Roofing.
All right.
Yes.
for all your roofing needs, if you in Dallas, is it
Easy
Dallas?
roofing. Absolutely.
In Dallas, all your
Absolutely.
roofing needs.
Yes.
There you go.
So, and like I said, it's never happened before. Somebody
That's
don't,
incredible.
would do
That's
something like
incredible.
that. So shout out to them for sure. But and we're saying this just to say, support your local boxing gyms. We
Yeah,
want to continue to
sure.
watch good boxing, from every single level, but it starts in the gyms. It
At a
starts
young
in the gym
age. At
at
a
a
young
young
age.
age, and everybody, we got to support them. We got to support them. So the golf event is going to happen in Ramirez Boxing Set in Dallas. So I'll
That's
be posting about that too. So definitely.
That's
But
awesome. Man, I did
yeah,
not know Crystal you was coming out your pocket for all
girl,
these, like, cause you're, if not every week, every month for sure. You
and
be
you would
out
think she was
Oh
making money, but no,
or
the
every
no,
official
other.
coaches, gym. I mean, when we have to go to nationals, like my sons, I mean, poor things, because they would rank nationally when someone would sponsor them. But if we had to pay for them to go, we couldn't afford it. There's so many gyms that have so much talent, but the thing is you cannot afford to go to a different state for a whole hotel, food,
right here.
transportation, plus paying to get into the tournament. So that's another reason why we don't see some of the
I don't
talent
know
that's
how you do it though, Christine. I'm not gonna lie. I'll get upset though if you do all that
And then you
and then
lose.
your kid loses the first.
Well,
Yo, that's
yeah.
the yo.
that
because when you
happens
with the
too.
tournaments, do they pay anything? Like how much?
As an official, no.
No. I mean, like for when you
So,
guys go to
you have there's
tournament.
sometimes there's a registration fee, yeah, for the athletes.
Oh
But then
yeah.
but you got to
Well, no,
pay
you.
for
I know you
hotel.
pay to get it, but like if you win, do you get something?
Hell no.
No.
So the registration fee is for them. So it's not.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
The trophy.
Dang.
Here's the trophy.
I
It really is. You guys
2025
really
sometimes
do it for
national
love.
champion.
yeah,
Yeah.
a trophy, a hoodie, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we have a ding, ding, ding.
Yes, ding, 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 ding.
Our
Okay,
guy,
we don't
Mark
have the
Mack,
bell today, Mark, but we appreciate you.
always
Thank you. Says
supporting.
support for the show. Always supporting. Yes, yes, yes.
Always. Thank you so much. You always support, definitely. So,
And that's a
let's
mean quote you have in that profile
let's move on a little bit because some fights coming up, and I want to ask y'all something. So, May 30th in Mexico, we have Manuel Gallegos and we have Khalil Cole. This is two. There was a time, I think some of y'all remember Khalil Cole, that he was like an upcoming, prospect. And then he fought Gallegos and he lost. So this is the rematch. Do y'all remember that fight? Anybody?
I don't. And you know what? I'm really here like the chat because I haven't really been online like that. I'm paying attention to boxing, so I don't even know
No,
who's
I get it.
fighting.
No,
I don't
it's
even know
cool.
who's fighting Kaden Flint.
So
Like,
Khalil Cole was on Team USA at one time, and then he got in
Right.
some trouble. And then when he came out, he wanted to pick up where he left off and was doing really good. So there was a time when he was like going to be like a very top prospect. And then he happened to lose to Gallegos. We have a ding, and then we'll get
ding,
back
ding,
to that.
ding, 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 ding.
Lisa,
Thank you,
Y'all,
Lisa.
y'all killing, y'all
You know
killing, y'all
what,
killing
Lisa?
with this.
I
Y'all
need
killing
you
with
to
this
send me your
ding.
address. Send me
We
your
ain't got the
address.
bell. Y'all killing me with this ding, yo.
No, well, no, because Crystal usually dings the bell when she's at home, but she's driving. But Lisa,
from
I
she's
need you to
driving from a
DM me
boxing
your
event, by the
address.
way.
DM me your address on Twitter because I want to send you a gold wrench because she is
Yes,
like the
send
moderators of
her the
all
gold wrench.
moderators on.
Absolutely,
I'm
absolutely.
gonna give you a gold wrench. Well, I need your address, okay?
So Jamel, do you remember when Khalil was like really coming up, and they were
Yeah.
like, okay, this guy is
This is
they're
supposed
gonna
to
be a
be
prospect.
the next one up. The next one up.
Next one up. And we got another ding ding
Oh,
ding.
ding, ding, ding. Wait. Ding, 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 ding. He says he's matching Lisa. Sorry,
Thank
Take
you,
a
guys.
deep
brother.
breath.
I really
Take a deep
interrupt.
breath, Jamel.
The
It's
ding,
okay.
ding,
Hey, y'all
ding.
gotta stop, yo. Y'all out here tricking right now. Y'all gotta steal. I'm trying to get this conversation
Don't get mad
going,
because
yo.
you're not getting no ding dings.
I'm just saying, y'all keep ding 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 yo, every time I get to talking.
But anyways,
So yes. So Khalil was like up and coming, and then Gallegos just like foiled the plans. Do you hear
Right.
that fight, Crystal?
I skip. You say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you remember the first fight with Gallegos and Khalil Cole?
And Khalil Cole, yeah.
Yes, and then everybody was like, you know what, Khalil Cole, he's on trajectory, like be the next thing. Like everybody's looking at him, and
Right. But what
and
happened to
then
him?
well, he got
I mean, is
TKO'd
he
by
right?
Gallegos.
But is
Having a
he not?
rematch.
Do we know what the self-discipline level is here? Because I feel like this play a huge part.
You know, I don't. I will say this. There was a time when he was on Team USA. He got into some trouble, and then he was no longer on Team USA. He and Wow, O'Shea Jones. They were an item. They still are. O'Shea's doing amazing. But I think
Oh,
he's
this
really
is-
trying to solidify who he is right now. And I
okay.
think
I
that's
did see
why
that
he
fight.
wanted the
I do
rematch.
remember now when you said that he dated that her. Yeah, so okay, because I
Okay.
remember her in the corner. At that
Cano
time.
Loco said, "I know the entire story." Well, you need to come on, Cano. You need to come on, Cano. But I really want to see him come back and do well because I don't want him to be a gatekeeper. You
Right.
know, which this fight, in my opinion, is gonna say what he's gonna do and what he's gonna
But
be.
you know how it go. You pick and choose your own destiny at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
You gotta put the work in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when we want to see our guys do the best, but at the same time, you know, we're all in charge of what we do in and out the ring. So best of luck to them.
Nika, will you put the link in the chat, but only Kano can come
Okay,
on?
yeah. Wait. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, thank you again, Maria. She's doing that
Okay,
too.
Mark,
so
you about to go
Mark
broke. You
is
about
going
to go
to
broke
use
Appreciate
fucking with
you.
them.
And
you.
I'm
it
telling
says
You.
you.
ding, ding, ding. I read all the
You,
comments
Jamel.
and it says ding, ding, ding. So yeah. Appreciate you, Mark. All right, let me send the link to well, I'm gonna
And
put
then
it in the chat, but only could anybody else that
only Kano Loco.
clicks
Or
it, you're
Mark
not gonna get up.
Nash or Lisa or That's so true. Cause yeah, I do want to hear. And like I said, I was rooting for him. Like I happened to be able to be in camp with him. He was very talented. Everybody said, you know what, this is the guy. But you know, Ray Big Time 35 said Eddie wasn't happy with Khalil this last chance. No, he wasn't,
Yeah,
but
he said that Eddie wasn't happy with Khalil. This is his last chance with Matchroom, in my opinion.
and I know that. And so I really feel like the pressure is really on with Khalil. So he can either be a gatekeeper or he can put himself back in position to be a worthy prospect, in my opinion.
But I don't think this is any news to Khalil either. I think Khalil know this already, and I think he know he need to make one statement. So I
Yeah.
expect him to do that. Wishfully, he will.
Yes.
Ding,
I
ding,
want
ding,
him
ding,
to.
ding. Sorry, you guys. It's another one from Lisa. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa.
Appreciate you.
Jamel's like,
I'm
what the
sorry.
hell, yo?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just like y'all. I'm like y'all too. This is
So,
y'all show.
Disrupt the show. We get
while
ding,
we
ding,
wait
dings.
for
That's what we do.
Kano, no, while we wait for Kano, let's talk about this. So, fight on the 31st. Caleb Plant and Resendez.
I didn't even know who the hell he was fighting. I have been so out of it. I have not been. The Knicks have been stressing me out.
I ain't gonna.
I
I
don't even
don't know
know.
much
I
on
didn't even
Caleb. I
know
don't know much on
was
Caleb's
fighting this
opponent.
weekend.
Honestly, I felt like in the beginning they were kind of tricking us with the promo because they had both
Yeah.
Caleb and then Charlo on the damn
Yes.
in big bold letters, but then you got to look and see in little
No,
font
they
who they
they're
were
setting
fighting.
that up. If everything goes well, and we already know what the Ryan Garcia and the Haney did not go well. So, I think that looking ahead is a big mistake, but they are doing that. But Resendez, he beat Hurd. So the last fight that Hurd had, he beat him. Do you remember that? Jared Hurd?
Yeah.
Yeah, you told me that last week, and I look back and watch that. That was definitely Jared Hurd. Take a lesson that day.
Carlo Loco, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I can't believe y'all stuck me in the middle, though,
You are
man.
in the middle.
Y'all
The pressure
stuck me
is
in the middle,
on.
man.
Pressure is on.
Perfect.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, and I salute to you, Jamil Herring. I see they got you working overtime and all that other good
I'm good.
stuff.
I'm
And
good.
before I get started on the code thing, don't listen to Norbs. I don't hate you, okay? He be putting little plugs and bugs in people's ears trying to get me to,
He
debate people.
likes
Don't
conflict.
fall for it. Yes. Nah, Khalil Cole, listen, he's actually I've been to a lot of his fights and I know his original trainer. And for that fight right there, he dropped that trainer. And that
Mm,
training camp did not go anywhere near what it needed to be. He reached back out to him and they got him back on the right track, which I believe is going to be the difference going into this rematch now
okay,
because
good.
that was not a Khalil Cole that was, let's just say that training camp wasn't
Ideal.
shit.
I'm
It was
so
Yeah.
a
happy you said that because I really like him. I really like him. Like back in the day, I was able to work with him for like a second. I really liked him
Mm.
and I rooted for him. So I'm so glad to hear that. I really am.
Wait, sorry to interrupt you guys. Ding, 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 ding. Ramirez Boxing 24/7. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Says, bless the
Thank you.
coaches and officials who care for the boxers.
Absolutely.
Very much. You know
Absolutely.
what? I'm gonna leave
Oh,
your comment up here for a while. So
thank you, Connor, for that. Because, like I said, honestly, I really like Cole. I do, and I wanted to see him do great things. And everybody thought that he was going to do great things, and this was
Mm.
such a disappointment. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't work on his cardio. He didn't work on a lot of things for that camp. And you could tell in that fight. He was
you
just
could tell. You could definitely
he was
tell.
just like his gas tank wasn't there. And I was like, oh my goodness, man. And but hey, he was man enough to reach back out and say, hey man, I screwed up. Blah 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 blah. We need to get things going back in the right direction. It's a similar situation like Edgar Berlanga when I was always criticizing him. I was criticizing him when he was with Rozier because I was like, yo, they took him away from what he originally was as an amateur coming up.
Yeah,
When he went back to
absolutely.
Mark Foray over here in Tampa, that's when I said, okay, if Mark Foray could get him back to where he used to be, he's gonna be nice again. And he's not quite there yet, but he's
But
making
he's getting
strides
there.
to get there. You
He,
know,
yeah,
Eh,
he's getting there.
HLD is so messy. He goes, I thought he was gonna give us some real juice on the story. ¿Qué pasó?
Ay,
I
hombre.
mean,
Ay, hombre.
hey, listen, I know a lot more than what I'm saying, but I mean, it would be
No, you have
disrespectful.
friendships with these people.
No,
Do
what
not
you're saying, Kano,
mess
is
those things
good, and
up
I
because of
understand.
No,
I
no,
HLD.
no,
understand
go
what
in,
you're
go
saying.
in, go in. No, let's go,
No,
go
don't
in,
do it just because HLD
go
tell you to be
in.
messy.
I
No,
go in.
no.
Nah,
Don't let me win
nah.
another
If
ding
it's
ding
if it's
ding,
not out,
Jamil.
it's not out for a reason. So don't. I wouldn't if I
Yeah,
was you.
yeah. And shout out to L Dub Boxing. That
L
man is
Dub, our
that
guy, we
man is
love you.
awesome. That man is awesome, man.
Yeah,
He is
this is a
awesome. He
Bellini
really is.
winner. Yes, from boxing
Mm.
Bellini winner.
He is awesome. No, and honestly, you know what? The coaching and the relationship, it does make a difference. I mean, I'm sure Jamel will tell you. It's like there's certain coaches that can really click with you, and you get them, and you're gonna do whatever they say. And there's some that are like, whatever.
I
There
mean,
has to be that
I don't know the
relationship.
whole dynamic because I call him Uncle Dre. Andre Rose.
Mm.
I know him since I was about 15, 16 years old. But
Mm.
again, it's not to say that Uncle Dre is a bad trainer, but like what you're about to say, Christine, is pretty
It's
much
gotta be
it's all about chemistry. It's all about the chemistry, and the way
absolutely.
some fighters adapt with others in other
Mm.
circles. One fighter, for instance, may find a lot of success with one trainer, but it
Yeah,
doesn't mean that every other fighter is going to find that same success or have that same chemistry. So it's
absolutely.
all about chemistry. It's not to say that the fighter is bad or the trainer is bad, just that some things just don't click. And when you get in
Eh,
that gym
You
environment.
gotta click. You have to feel comfortable. You have to trust. I mean, there's a whole gamut of things that has to like come into play. So, yeah, I mean, there's some people that come to me that to train them, and I'm like, okay, let's have a first session. If we click, let's do it, and if we don't, it's okay. Go somewhere else. You have to the waters. You have to have it. You really do.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I mean but that's in anything in
Hey,
relationships.
hey, Christine. That's why I said Roy Jones is not as bad a trainer as everybody's making him out to be. That's
He
why I
just
say
They be
that.
the
killing him.
wrong
They
I
be
stupid.
killing
don't
him.
know about this. See, I don't know about
Mm.
that, Steve. I
He's
love
the
Roy,
wrong
but
students, I
They
guess.
be killing him online.
nah,
Oh,
Yes,
I
they be
love
killing
listening.
them,
Roy,
man.
listen. I love Roy. But we have to see the proof. Where's the prop?
Have you been to his gym?
No,
I'm not,
but
no.
who has he
Okay.
connected with that has done well? I'm just saying.
I think he's got one. He's got.
You think?
Well, we got somebody by the name of Kevin Newman that I believe is doing good right now.
Okay, with him.
And
I know that's my bro, Kev. I wish my bro the best. That's my bro.
That's my homie. That's my homie. I'm gonna defend him to the fullest.
That's good, and I hope to God that he's in the right place. You know,
I think this is my thing with Roy. This is my thing with Roy, and I could be wrong. I feel like Roy be trying to teach fighters how to be Roy. It's only one.
No, he doesn't. No,
can't be Roy in there.
That's just the thing. He don't. That's the thing that people don't see. He don't. It's just that people get around him and think they could be Roy.
I would just say,
like, yo, what are we doing?
I will say this: back. When I had a fighter, Samuel Clarkson, we fought one of Roy's guys, and at first we're like, "Damn, Roy Jones in the corner," and
smoked him.
Hey,
I'm not saying
y'all remember?
Not saying nothing, Roy, but there has to be a rapport. There has to be a conversation. There has to be communication. But
I think he's training. I think he's training in the wrong era. That's what I think. Had he been training in an older era, Roy. These people are soft, bro.
Get you a Mike Stafford.
These people are soft, man. I done seen Nate Campbell kick a bunch of people out of the gym here.
No, but you know
what? Why are they soft?
Let me but let me say this. Kano. This is the thing. There are many great world champions, but that does not mean that they can teach.
Correct.
And
I'm with you on that.
I'm with you on that. Coaches that were not great, but they have great fighters. So
yeah, Bomac. Bomac.
Freddie Rhodes. I'm sorry, Freddie. It was going upside Freddie's head at one point. It was going, and then Freddie became one of the best trainers in this era.
Freddie's all right.
And who was
If you gonna call Bomac out,
I said Bomac is a great coach. Is what I said.
No,
I'm saying but he didn't have a great career in the ring.
Correct.
His name is Freddie Roach.
Freddie Roach. Everybody Freddie Roach has gotten was already built already. That's my issue with him.
That too.
But
that
you got
too.
No.
Like that.
Hold on. Now.
Cano is late.
My thing is this though. My thing is this. It still takes a good or great trainer to keep that fighter at, like you just said. You had Edgar over here, and then he went over here and he leveled up his game. It doesn't matter. I get what you're saying in terms of building a fighter from scratch to up, but it still takes a great trainer to keep that fighter on track.
Pacquiao was going to be Pacquiao with Freddie or without Freddie. Pacquiao was going to be Pacquiao without him or with him.
No, he wasn't. No, Pacquiao only had a left hand when he first came to Freddie.
Oh my goodness, man! You know what? We need a whole
segment on this.
Yeah, we see what Eric Morales did to him.
Yeah. I'm not going to debate Jamil, not tonight. I will debate you, just not tonight.
And he switched top on Pacquiao, but then when Freddie took him, okay, fine.
See, you gonna make me. I don't want to do you bad, Harry. I don't want to do you bad tonight.
I'm just saying. You can't.
I don't want to do you bad, bro.
I think the bottom line is really there has to be a chemistry. There has to be that connection. It really does, because you could be like the best trainer, and then you have the best fighter, but if y'all don't connect, they're poor. There's no relationship.
But I feel too. This can't be all on the coach too. Like, I feel like the fighter has to want.
It's a two-way street.
You gotta want to do it. You gotta want to win. You gotta want to do it. So
I think that's my homie on the panel right here. That's my homie.
Prime example is Ryan Eddie Reynoso. That ain't work. That ain't work because I feel like it's another thing. That's another thing. When you get fighters that have an ego. They don't want to. Sometimes they don't want to work. They don't want to. They can't handle being in an environment where other names either just as good as them or better than them. That's another thing. Also, we got to take into play because some fighters they want all the attention to themselves. So yeah, it's not always on the trainer. It's the fighters at times too. The ego.
I think Ryan is untrainable. That's a bad example.
Thank you. So to Nika's point, absolutely. Is there anybody in the world that Ryan is going to listen to because he does what he wants to do?
Okay, I have one.
He gotta want to do it.
Ryan and Jack James work very well together.
I don't know who that is backstage.
Jack James allowed Ryan to do what Ryan wanted to do.
And what
That's
happened?
the problem. He allowed him to do what he wanted to do. That is the problem.
And what
It
happened?
is a problem, but that was the coach relationship that Ryan preferred. And that is what worked for Ryan when the coach allowed Ryan to do what Ryan wanted to do. Because look at Joe Goosen. This is a prime coach as well. Ryan don't listen to Goosen, and then he things just don't work out for them, right? Goosen can teach that.
Ryan under Derek. Rolly.
Ryan looked horrible this last fight, and I'm not going to blame Derek. I'm going to blame Ryan because in the boxing circle, everybody says he is untrainable. It doesn't matter who his coach is.
That's on him. That's what I'm saying. It's on him. It's on him.
And it's on him. It's on him.
But a coach will reel back his boxer when he needs.
Nah, man, he lost. He lost to Rolly, man. They ain't no.
See, y'all not giving Rolly his credit though.
No. Listen.
Not giving his that's a 3-time now.
Let me tell you something about Rolly though, Jamel Herring. Just so you know, I do know his history because I know a lot of people that's in that gym with him, like Serena McCoy, the Black Rose. Okay, and I've seen a lot of the work that he does in the gym, right? All right, and she's always told me that he always boxes in the gym, but when he gets into a fight and bright lights come on, he don't box. He finally did it against Ryan,
and he won.
And he won.
Throw his ass up.
What a time to pull it out, right?
Never looked this great.
Mink his ass. Got to pull him up.
Silas, props to Silas.
Yes.
Because he is fucking amazing. I have never seen him look so good. He listened and he did exactly what he was told to do.
Yes.
And no disrespect to the Black Rose. I know her too. What has she done lately? Just saying. Let's talk about it.
Not a whole lot. I ain't gonna lie.
You had to go in on my good.
I'm just saying. No, I'm saying.
Next topic.
If you're gonna point your finger, remember you got 3 point back at you. Just saying.
Listen. I don't know, but in the last few years, I don't think
she's making an example of what he was told. You had to go to like.
Hold on, Aaron. She has gained a lot of weight.
I wasn't gonna bring that up.
She has gained a lot of weight.
I didn't say that either. I'm just saying.
Right now, though.
I'm just saying she could get back down if she wants. I'm just saying right now it doesn't look like she's been doing a lot of work, right?
This girl picked up a lot of work.
I know, man. That's my whole girl, man. Let me not do that, man. Let me not do that. That's the whole girl, man.
I'll be upset with you.
I like her. I'm just saying.
I don't think she's your homie if you speak like that of her.
You better be doing better or just the same.
I just said that she gained a lot of weight, which lets me know she hasn't been working in the gym like she used to do. That's all.
Kano said that.
That doesn't mean that she can't get back in the gym and get back to where she was. She can absolutely do that.
Yeah, you're one of those
absolutely she can
guys and friends. But I don't think that she would appreciate you saying that.
She probably don't. But she wait a minute. She knows I don't bite my tongue. She already knows that.
Brother.
Okay.
Yeah, but you gotta say that combo for like with her 1-on-1 when you don't bite your tongue. Like you can't. You know.
Hey, I bit my tongue for Herring, man, because I really didn't want to go off on him today, man. I was gonna debate him hard, but I'm gonna let him live. You know.
We can debate. But damn, like we can what I do.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, Serena, man. You know I love you though.
You say you corrected the action. You corrected the action.
Yes, you did. Yes, you. So look, we have Kayla Plant, and we have Resendez, and then we have Ma Charlo, and we have Lamana. You know, obviously the matchup that we want is Plant and Charlo. Mm-hmm. But first they got to get past these two guys. You know,
it's not so much of getting past because like Connor said, they will. I think it's more of the PBC and
Well,
Al wanted to see where Jamal's head is at before they, because Caleb's gonna be ready. But it's probably
no,
one of
he's
the things I
gonna be
feel
ready,
like.
but you said they will. But remember, we also thought that Ryan was gonna get passed too. So you
True.
never know. You
True.
never
Yeah,
know.
man. I can't
True.
knock my man Jake. That's my man though
Sometimes
too.
people
So I
have
can't. I
like
gotta give him a fighting chance.
said the perfect.
Who? You giving cornflakes a chance?
I'm gonna give my man a fight. I said a fight.
Oh my God!
Which one?
You gotta every fighter a fighting chance.
We've seen many upsets.
I don't know. That's the thing, but I feel like this fight is basically placed to see the headspace of Jamal Charlo. That's what I'm saying. Like, because
I agree.
The fight with Caleb Plant is obviously the fight we want, but I think on the PBC side, in terms of how they moving fighters, they got to see where their guy is at right now before they even say, okay, let's put these two together finally.
If Charlo loses the cornflake,
the headspace of Garcia and Haney too, because both of them
He looked like he a heavy hitter.
needed to get it
Why
together.
we call him?
So also,
Why we call him cornflake?
because he's that's his nickname. He really ain't that good, to be honest with you. I ain't gonna lie. Like if Charlo lose the cornflake, he need to just retire. Period.
But he didn't. Isn't he the one that didn't he knock down Plant or no?
Who?
Did
No.
he fight him?
No.
He fought Laura. He fought, like I say, he fought Laura in a couple years back, man.
And what happened? What happened in that fight?
You know what happened in that fight? Come on.
Yeah, we know what happened in that fight. He got knocked out
I'm not thinking about
early.
Plant. Who did Plant this fight?
He fought who did he fight, man? What's that dude's name? Somebody shouldn't have even been in the ring with, to be honest.
But he did good. Remember? Didn't he not?
See, that's why I got beef right there. This is why I got beef with Plant right there, right? Because it was McCumbee, but right when he first lost his opponent, Caleb Plant. Remember that he had a different opponent?
Right.
Kevin Newman was on his neck. I'll step in. Why didn't Caleb give him a chance?
High risk, low reward.
Man,
that's simple.
I know what would have happened in that fight.
But why you have beef with him for that?
Don't get Crystal started. Why are you about to get her started?
Why do I got beef with that? Because they got history. It should have been something that they could have settled in the ring. These people have had history. Him and Caleb have history outside the ring, in the ring, in the gym, and all that.
But they're not on the same level. That is clear, right?
Oh yeah, Caleb is not on his level. You're right.
No, yeah, I will say that if
that's how you feel?
does not beat
That's how I feel.
that's huge because LaManna does not have power. He has like 39 fights with only 18 KOs. So if he doesn't get him out of there, then I don't know what to say.
Yeah,
I don't.
But that's why. This is why I feel like they're having that fight. They're testing to see where Jamal Charlo's at mentally and physically.
I think so.
So the pressure's on him. The pressure's on him.
Absolutely.
Everything in the game.
I'm Team Newman, man. So I'm always gonna tell you, Newman gonna beat Plant. I'm always gonna tell you that.
No, you know what, Newman.
That's okay, but Newman not fighting this weekend, right?
He's a wild card.
No, Newman just got back from Belize. He just took a trip to Belize and had a little good time, and now he's back.
Yeah, but he's not boxing this weekend, right?
No.
Oh no, of course not. But he should have been, But Plant don't want to fight him. Plant know he gonna get stopped by Newman. That's what he knows.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm not gonna go that far yet. I'm not gonna go that far. Let me see this fight.
I tell you what, I got proof on my phone.
Okay.
You want to drop receipts so bad about
right.
stuff.
I don't know what to say it though. I don't want to say it though.
You know, I think you know, Jamel. You know, don't you?
You want to drop some so bad, but it's not out for a reason. So I don't know. I don't know if you want to do that.
Nah, I'm just saying I got the receipts. All I'm saying, I know I'm speaking confidently.
I got receipts.
Hey, if them two fight, I will bet anybody.
Okay.
Any amount of money that Plant gonna lose that fight.
Okay, show me what you got on your phone, and I'll bet too.
Okay. I'll do it behind the scenes. I'll let you see.
Absolutely, behind the scenes. We don't put everything.
I think Jamel Aaron, no, he know what goes around in these gyms.
Listen,
facts.
He know what I'm talking.
It's not my place.
See, that's all you needed to say. You know.
I don't speak on it.
And you just don't know how I know.
Christine know later, and then
So then June 7th, Norfolk. That's going to be a hot card. Okay, we have all the Davis
That's
brothers.
fire.
All the Davis brothers. We have Abdullah Mason, Troy Isley, and Tiger. Like, you can't tell me that's not a hot card. I'm super
Hot card.
excited about that.
Pretty much a B&B car.
B&B card.
No, it's a DB3. It's a DB3 card, right?
DB3, B&B, all that.
Featuring B&B boxing.
Absolutely. And
It
speaking on the Olympians, I mean, we got what, 3 Olympians on there?
Yeah.
You know, past Olympians. So
But there's nothing though. There's another thing I gotta bring up with that though. You know, back in the day, usually before the next Olympic run came about, those previous Olympians was already established into contenders or champions as well. We haven't seen it.
Right.
It's nothing against, like, you know, those are my guys. Troy, Tiger, I love all, especially like Tiger, all those are my guys. But it's like, when are when they gonna get the opportunity? I'm not gonna say when they're gonna step up. I'm pretty sure they want to step up, but when are they gonna get the opportunity to really cement their name and, you know, be like, listen, I have the pedigree, I have the talent. Give me my opportunity. Same as for Rich. Everyone says that America's looking for that next great heavyweight.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
We're gonna talk
about that.
So Troy been calling out some names, right? He just waiting for someone to accept a fight, and I think that is the same for Keyshawn. After this one, I think they will put in that world title, right?
I don't know. I mean, I hope so. I mean, it's time.
They have to. They don't have an option for Keyshawn.
Good. Because it's time. It's time. Like Jamel said, it's time. It's definitely time. It's time for the step ups.
They listen, because back in the day, they put Olympians on the fast track. You know, we wasn't dragging it out, and they wasn't treated like the average prospect. You know, they especially if they made it far into the Olympic Games, they were put on the fast track. Now it's like sometimes you forget about them until you see them appear on the card, and they're at mid card level. Like, no, they step these guys up and let them, you know, put their name out there.
Yep, that's very true.
I agree.
But something you were talking about, Crystal, like the heavyweights. You know, are we going to see an American heavyweight anytime soon? Because think about it. They've all been foreigners. The last American, but he was Mexican, you know, Mexican-American, was who?
American.
Andy Ruiz.
He's American, though. He has Mexican descent, but he's American, so we'll take it.
Absolutely. So there has not been an American heavyweight in a long ass time. You know, I mean, we got Joshua Edwards coming up from the Olympics. We got Richard Torres, Jared Anderson. We're not sure what he's going to do. Are we going to see another American heavyweight in this decade? What are y'all's opinions on that?
To be honest, I don't know, but I would like it to be. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know because
I don't know. Europeans.
I don't think. I'm not sold on Torres being like the next.
Me neither.
Because undersized compared to the Europeans, even them African heavyweights, it's gonna be hard.
He's small.
Yeah,
he's small stature.
He's too small. I feel like so it's like that's why I don't even put his name in the mix.
But
well, can we say this?
A little bit bigger, but I don't think he's big enough either.
Who?
Yeah.
Jared Anderson.
I certainly don't think his skin is thick enough to also be the next heavyweight.
He don't want it.
1 foot out.
Yeah. He don't really. So he said he doesn't have the love for boxing like that. He just does it, you know, to provide for his
money, to get his money and get out. Get his money and get out of here.
And that's his choice. That's how, you know, everybody has the reason on why they fight or whatever. So
I like Stephen Shaw.
Stefan, yes, my guy. Yeah, Stefan.
I like Stephen Shaw. I like the way, I know he went through some bumpy roads, but, you know, he had a great outing here in Pro Box's last time out and got a great knockout, man. It looks like he's learned how to fight under the lights now. So I think his ceiling is high, and I think he could do something, man. Maybe he needs to be paired up with Richard Torres, and maybe that'll test both of them.
The thing is, he got to do it now. Stefan came up with me.
Yeah, it's got to happen now.
2012 games.
Yeah,
He gotta
yeah.
get on it now though. You know something like
But you know,
Bobby, do
Keyshawn
you agree?
been
Do
doing
you
a
agree
good
that he could
job
do
he got
something?
that
getting
dog.
the
Yeah, he
youth
got
out
that
there.
dog. Yeah, that's my guy. Yes, he looked great on Pro Box his last outing.
Yeah.
Pro
So
Box is doing a good job of
I
keeping
love
these
Pro
people's
Box. Shout
names,
out to
these
Bucks.
boxers' names out there. Yeah, so
I'm with
he can get
Lisa.
that fight.
So Ituma, who is not American, he's 20 years
Yeah,
old. I mean, what? He is like doing the damn
yeah.
thing, but he's not
He
American.
truly is. Yeah,
So if I have to like bet on an American, I'm gonna have to say Joshua Edwards because I'm
yeah,
also
Okay.
looking at his amateur career and his international experience and the things that he has done, over the years. And he only has 2 fights, but he's coming up through Golden Boy. And if I have to put
Mhm.
my money on Richard, which I love Richard too, Jared Anderson or Joshua, who are the ones that are there right now in the spotlight, I'm going to have to say Joshua Edwards.
yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I
Josh.
think truly, and the amateurs, within the next 5 years, we have some other big lads coming through. But will they be great? I don't know that we will ever have another great heavyweight in the United States for a long
Playing
time.
football.
Hasiel, we're talking about Americans. So yes, we all agree that Utuma is amazing, but we are talking about who's going to be the
American.
next great American heavyweight.
So,
So be clear.
Christine, Ari Kapalot said
Yes.
had a question that he asked earlier when we were speaking about this, but then we kind of changed subject. He wanted to
Okay.
know I wanted to ask earlier what's the process of making the Olympic team and how does one start pursuing?
So you have to definitely go to the national tournaments, the USA sanctioned national tournaments, the ranking tournaments. Um, get in the gym, work with the coach, travel. We just talked about that. Like there's not a lot of money because it does take money to travel to different states, and to go to these shows, you have a week long and hotel, food, this and that. But really, your guys and girls need to go to national tournaments and get ranked. It's a slow
That's the
but
and
very
that's the beginning.
rewarding.
That's the beginning. That's the beginning. You still got to
Yes,
go through.
and
You
then
get
and
ranked.
then once you, but if you when you make the team, because that's happened, you have to do that first. Then when you make the team, there's a selection process, because even if number one for like 3 or 4 years, if somebody comes out of the blue, there's going to be a selection process because it's all about the medals. So, but
Robbie.
I think the first thing is getting involved in the nationals, depending on the age group, like what nationals you would do.
All you got to do is speak on Robbie. Robbie's career. Robbie number one, but it's
And
just
look,
always just falls short. Just always falls
right,
short of the
right
goal.
on the
So
cusp,
it's,
right
it's
on the
not it's
cusp.
not easy.
Right,
Once you get there, the work just begins because now you got to
exactly.
compete on an international level. Then you got to see where you place there in terms of how well you are in terms of talent. And not just
Yeah,
that,
then
then you
qualify.
gotta get to qualify. You gotta qualify certain tournaments. You
Qualify.
gotta get to the place at a certain high. You gotta place high enough in a certain. It's a lot.
Yeah, no, it is a lot. But like in the beginning, you first have to get recognized nationally. And
Yeah.
then you have other obstacles that you have to like go through. Absolutely. Absolutely. Then you have to get ranked, in the world. So it's a lot. Just because you're on the team doesn't mean you're automatically going to the Olympics.
Now
That
back
doesn't
in
mean.
back in 2000 and on downward, once you won the Olympic trials, you was considered an Olympian.
Yeah, not here.
They changed that. They
Not
changed that
now.
real quick since then. They
Not
don't
now.
do that no more.
Not anymore.
They don't do it no
Well,
more.
let
No.
me ask you something. Let me ask you something, Christine. Do the states do like Puerto Rico? Because in Puerto Rico, man, when we got people going to the Olympics and stuff like that, sometimes they pick their favorite and leave out the better boxer. Does that happen over here?
There's always going to be politics. Always. There has been I won't name names or I won't say the years or whatever, but it has always happened where there sometimes, whoever your guy is, if you're in a high place, it happens. It does. I mean, that's in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately, is what it is. So what I say is you train your guys and girls to fuck shit up. So there's no
Well, see,
damn doubt.
that's the thing, though. The guy that beat Felix Verdejo didn't even go to the Olympics, and they let Felix go. If y'all remember him.
There's a lot of
Well,
politics.
can I add on to that? Isn't that also a reason why though sometimes they let like for different regions and allow guys to go different ways if they can't, if they don't get that fair shake. I know one point in time when Rashid Warren was coming up, nobody was beating him, so they felt like they had to go different routes to get to the national tournament because they couldn't never get past Rashid Warren back in the day.
That's true. And I have seen where some guys have beat the guy that was the favorite or somebody's guy, and they still did not get the opportunity.
Right.
Lamont pointed it out. Lamont said when he fought taking the amateurs, they felt that he won. He had to go through USA Boxing just to get a fair shake to get to the national tournament.
That's one of them.
There are ways around it, but you got to beat the politics.
Yeah, beat the politics. But at the end of the day, it's all about the medals. It is all about the medals. And if they feel like even though their guy might be number 8 and somebody's number 2, that their number 8 can be number 2, then sometimes there's situations that happen, which is not fair. That's one of the things that I don't like about the sport, but don't give up. I mean, we just got to keep pushing with our guys and girls, and we have to make it clear.
Yes, it's the same. It's the same Felix Verdejo, and he's where he belongs right now. What he did was atrocious and wrong. The only reason I mentioned that name is because I know. Because I know the story of him getting beat and still getting to the Olympics. That's the only reason I mentioned him. What he did.
It does happen.
Where you from, Cano?
I'm from Puerto Rico.
Look at that flag, girl. Look at that flag.
I know. I'm being bro, where do you live? You live in Puerto Rico or?
Yes, in Barrio Obrero.
Oh, okay, nice. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I was born there. So.
¿En qué parte?
Rio Piedras.
Ah, okay, metropolitan area, just like me.
That's great.
Okay.
The last thing that I want to touch on is that that Ryan is going in for surgery, on his hand. And a lot of people are saying, oh, excuses. Well, I have to say, Ryan, right now, I don't know how I feel about him, but I will say he did not holler anything about his hand before. And after the fight, he didn't say, well, my hand was fucked. He didn't say that. It's been a little while.
There's always the fans though making excuses for him. There's always the fan base though. It was China yesterday on Twitter. I'm like, yo, let that go, man. He didn't say nothing about it.
Let it go.
No fighter.
He already go for surgery, right?
100%. No fighter goes to
he's going. He hasn't gone yet, but he's going. And Bill was, and then
I
Bill
thought I saw
said,
he said that he did. Didn't he have it?
No, I think he's going. He's going. He hasn't gone yet. I don't know. Maybe
I
I'm wrong.
thought
Maybe
Ryan said he already had
he said
surgery.
he got it and the surgery was successful.
Okay,
no
good.
pictures.
Okay, good.
No famous boxing pictures. Everybody like this in the photo, holding their hand up with wrapped up. We ain't see no pictures.
Yeah, like Kid Austin, we saw him in the hospital bed and everything, and we didn't see this. Come on now. But and Bill was saying, anything to avoid my son. Like you'll do anything to avoid my son. And Ryan said, whether you like him or not, I will rematch and I will rematch Rolly. Like I'm with it.
They're gonna get paid. They're gonna pay for it. Simple as that.
Absolutely. And Haney told Uncle Turk because there were some things, thrown at him that he would handle Tio because Tio was saying some stuff about Uncle Turk.
He called him a dictator.
Yes.
Dictator. That's what he called. So, and then
say that one more time. Say that one more time.
Some things don't deserve a reaction or whatever like that.
So this is my question. If Ryan is saying I will run it back with Haney and I will run it back with Rolly, is it really he that is trying to avoid when Haney said I will take care of Tio? Like, does he not want to face Ryan again? He's like, no, give me Tio. I'll handle him.
Who want to see it though?
That's what I got. But not for nothing. Devin's been trying to fight Teofimo for a very long time. So
Yeah.
it's not
Yes.
nothing new, and he's been ducking him because they've had a lot of like run-ins together. So this fight's
Since
been brewing.
2021, I think, or since for the last 4 years, they've been
Yeah,
trying.
that fight's been
Trying to
brewing
fight him.
too.
But after he got beat royally,
Yeah.
was he still holding that name?
If I'm Devin Haney, I'm not fighting Teo either. I'm not even giving him the opportunity because he don't deserve it. Teo have ruined his whole career by being a selfish pukehead. I don't understand
Okay.
what he think he's doing.
He's just throwing shit and hoping it sticks somewhere. That's what
You know what? I agree with you.
he's
I
throwing shit
agree with
around
you.
and hoping something sticks. He keeps
Crystal's
coming with
smart.
these different like personas. One day he's a dancer, dancing all around New York
One
and doing
day
the
he's
cha-cha-cha.
homeless.
And then now he's
My whole
homeless
thing
for
is
the
he's ruining his own
like
career.
He is.
he's just doing a bunch of shit and hoping something stick. Is what
He
He's
don't
ruining his
even
own
need
career.
He doesn't
he
even know
don't
who
even
he
need
is.
a promoter to ruin him. He already ruined himself. I don't
He
I
needs
understand.
a
I agree.
PR
I
guy or
agree.
girl.
He need to
Seriously.
go on Dancing with the Stars because he obviously loves to dance. So get a little paycheck over there, do a little cha-cha-cha, 1-2 step, because he's just I don't know what he's doing. It's not grabbing me, but he has his hardcore fans that whatever he does, they're like, yeah, Tio, yeah, that's right. And I'm like,
That's true.
I will give it to
Okay.
him. The last fight that he looked good. He looked great.
Yeah, he did.
Impressed.
He did.
But
he don't
He
need to
killing
did.
do all the
himself.
bullshit that he do. That's the thing. He don't need to
Yeah.
do all this
He be
stuff.
talking
Really
too
is.
much.
But whatever. He's getting
That's
too
I,
much.
he's self-destructing his own self. He keeps complaining
Absolutely.
about not getting the paydays or
He's
getting
his own
paid
worst
like
enemy.
everybody else, but he's doing that on himself. You can't go around here talking the way you're talking and expect to get paid.
Yep, that's true. That's true. No, he's his own worst enemy, really. He doesn't know who he is or what he's gonna do. Are you gonna be the villain? Are you gonna be the hero, the jokester? The entertainer? Like, what are you
Yeah.
gonna do? Like,
So HLD is correct. A lot of people is making content off of this business.
absolutely, that's what he
We
wants.
shall not be giving him the attention that he is
That's what I
wanting.
said.
That's
I'm
That is the
true.
talking
problem.
about him too much.
Ryan
Right,
did that
yeah, look,
before.
y'all. I'm just letting y'all just go. Y'all going in on me.
Jamel's
Giving him
like,
content. No,
yeah,
cause like I spoke with you earlier. I spoke with him on the side many times. I get what y'all saying. I'm like, yo, bro, you gotta. But again, he's his own man, and he's got to just learn. Whether he learns on his own or he learns the hard way, he's going to learn. So it is what it is.
You so
yeah.
nice.
He is
He's
so
so
nice.
nice.
I'm
Yeah,
just
that's his guy. Absolutely. I'm nice to my guys and girls too, so I totally respect that. Seriously, I totally respect it. But before we get out of here, I want everyone to give their last words, and we'll start with the ladies, of course, because ladies are always first. So, Nika, we'll start with you, and then we'll go to Crystal.
So I want to thank everybody in the chat tonight for tuning in, giving good questions and commentary in the chat. Thanks to Cano Loco TV for hopping on.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, please, Lord, I see what you have done for other people. Please, can you let my Knicks just win 3 more games? I need this.
I didn't even
I
watch
need
it,
the
but
Knicks.
I'm
I
praying
need
with you.
this. We deserve this. We deserve it. Okay, please. All right, but I want everybody to, drink your water, mind your business, and have a good night.
There you go. Crystal, last words.
Very similar. Thank you to the chat. Thank you for putting up with me being in the car this evening. I have to stay and be a coach for a bit this evening, so I appreciate your patience. Also, get out and support your local amateurs, like we speak before. It's truly the future of the sport, and if you truly love the sport, then you'll continue to support these amateur boxers, male and female, please, and stay sucker free. That's the last word I
Yeah,
have.
stay sucker free.
That's Crystal's new thing.
That
Stick
part.
like a free. Oh, yeah.
Cano Loco, thank you so much for jumping on. Any last words? Anything you want everyone to know?
Yeah, it's a bit of pleasure to be with Herring, Mr. Nice Guy, and Nika. Of course, you know she's turning into one of my favorites right now. I'm kind of
Absolutely.
digging her
I
style
just
for
watched
sure. You
it.
You
know,
know what? Kind of love that. I like
yeah.
it.
Hey, and see, man, so you put in some great work too. Of course, you too, Christine.
Thank you.
HLD, you know I love you to death, like a brother, man. I know you be tough on me, man, but honestly,
He gets
I
stuff
have had I've had Kevin Newman on before on my lives, and we've talked about certain things that we can say, and he's actually made some of the stuff public. So it is, on my channel somewhere in there on one of the times that I've had him on. But there is a fine line that I draw that I don't talk about because a lot of these people that talk to me behind the scenes, I
Yeah.
have to respect their
Yes.
privacy. Otherwise, they never talk to you.
Right.
Yes.
You know, so there has to be a level of respect. I can't be like, I'm not going to mention names, but I can't be like some of these guys that spew everything out and break the confidence of these professional
Mhm.
boxers. That is just not
Facts.
professional, and I'm not gonna jump into that kind of stuff, man. I won't do that.
I agree.
When do you go live and stuff like that? Do you go live?
I got a show that way. I only go live on Saturdays. I might even invite Jamel on there, man, because what it is I got this show called
Dude, why you get on
Tales.
my neck?
Listen, no, but you got to listen to the show, okay? You got to listen to what it
It's
is,
a great show.
okay? It's called Tales of the B Side. We bring on people. Well, we had Michael Fox on this
I
last
like that.
Saturday.
I like that name.
I
You
do
know, we
like
had
that
Michael
too.
Fox on this last Saturday, and he spoke about some stories being from the B side.
Right.
You know, I had one of my fighters on the first show. We're gonna have Ishe Smith. We're gonna have Fresno Kendo on. Uh,
Okay.
we're gonna have all types of people on there, man. And
That's
Jamel, I
great.
know that you've been
Yeah,
you've been on the B side on some of your fights. I'm sure of that.
Right.
So that's what it's really based on. It is
I
your
love it.
opportunity to give your side or some stories of you being from the B side, some experiences you've had. And like I said, this last one we had was Michael Fox, and we
Hold
we
on,
thought that was
go back to that. Go back to that. I see. Go back. Whoa. All right, Daniel.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, but he knows. I know he knows, man. But
No.
yeah, I thought Michael Fox was a great addition this Saturday because of his recent fight,
Yes.
Yeah.
you
Yes.
know,
Yes.
and
and he
that's why
got
we
cheated
brought
out.
him
He
on.
got cheated out of a win as well
Yeah.
before.
Right,
So
right,
that's
and
Yeah.
like the fight
That's
before the Maestre fight as well, and we spoke about how some of these commissions are different in the different states, and
absolutely.
people are saying how nothing can happen with the gloves or the wraps or nothing like that because everything's so strict. It's not that way all the time. Maestre jumped into that ring with skin gloves. Had his team not went over there and caught
Yeah.
it, they wouldn't have made him take that tape off. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's
So
true.
we gotta, and that was in Minneapolis, right? Minnesota, that happened. But that's what the show's about. So you're more than welcome to pick
I
a
love
Sunday
it.
if you want, Jamel Herring, if
I
you
got
so
you.
want.
No. We'll
I have
set it
to
up.
say,
It, it ain't as bad as you thought, was
I
it? You
was
thought I was gonna bring you on to fight
I
with
really
you.
love
I
that.
thought it was going to debate. I thought it was going to the debate. Like, yo,
No. I'm
yeah.
gonna tell you something, Jamel. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't usually jump on panels, and I usually don't debate nobody. It's not
All
my
right.
style.
no,
I like to
I
do.
love
I
it.
like to do my
I
shows.
love the subject. I love it. Absolutely.
I really love that idea. Like
Yeah, I like
That's
taking
it
the
good.
B
too.
side.
That's actually
I hope
good.
that takes off for you because I really
Because
like that.
those fighters
I
don't get the
really
chance
like
to really speak their mind. So
that.
that's actually good
Exactly.
to hear their tales from their side of the point because you always hear about the guy. You don't ever get to hear about
Perfect.
Yes.
the other side of it and
It's
what they were
perfect.
going through going into
You
those
should
type of fights.
make like a graphic with like a cassette tape and put the B side and then put some boxing gloves on
Oh,
there.
we got some graphics already, but like,
Uh,
let me see. Let me
But
see
just
what
like
I
this.
got here.
you still living in the 90s?
Well, they have great ideas
The
always.
Nah.
B side because nobody really knows about B sides unless you know cassettes.
Let me see. Let me see if I can
That's so
share this.
true.
Let me see. Share screen.
I really love it.
Window.
Yeah,
Boom.
because you know what? That's I've never heard of a show
That's
like that.
that's the Fresno Kendo thumbnail if you want to put it up.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Micah knows how to do it. I have
Hold
to
on.
say, like a few years ago, I was on Kano's show and I felt so bad because I had just had like surgery. I was like literally fucking blind.
Oh no, wait.
And I was driving home in the car and I felt so bad because I could not like really give him my all. But I've always respected you and you've always done amazing. So I salute to you.
Let me
Yeah, I go back with Christine way back before she even had a podcast. I had her on
Yeah.
my show way long time
Yeah,
ago.
Yeah,
You
so
know,
thank you for that. Thank you for that. Absolutely.
Tales from the B side. Okay, yeah, but
Tales
you
from the
know
B
what? I
side.
feel like you should put this on a cassette tape, like a. I
I'm
like
gonna
it.
tell the graphics guy. I'm gonna
Yeah,
give him that idea because I didn't make this. I don't make these things. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I just talk.
Yeah. Great
I just
idea.
talk.
So
I
everybody
don't make
follow
Love
his
it.
page. Follow Cano Loco TV.
that's how it is. Kind of Local TV because I had another channel that was kind of Local Sports. It was a big channel and I lost it. YouTube was on some messy stuff, so I'm starting over with kind of Local TV, and this is somewhat some of the similar way I'm starting it with something creative like Tales from the B side, which I know somebody's gonna bite that eventually here soon.
Hey, you're
They
the
gonna
first
bite it.
one. You're the first one.
Yeah. So
No,
yeah.
um,
HLD funny.
Hey,
so
Chelsea, man, come on, man. Hey, I got my gloves back there. If Jamel want to spar, he can spar anytime he want, man.
No, I thought I had to voice my opinion. I was like, I got on here, Nike and
Yeah, nah,
like
nah.
2 hours, so I was keeping it. I was just
Hey, that
smiling.
ain't me and Bessie, man. I go to the Nate Campbell's gym because Nate Campbell's my neighbor.
That's my
And
guy.
anytime we want to do something, we always just go over there and spar it out because we're in a day and age where everybody wants to shoot this and that, man. Look, man, just have a friendly
Ding ding
spar.
ding.
Yeah, and
Just
so
have a friendly spar, man.
Ohio runs
ding, 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 ding.
boxing.
So thank you, Ohio runs boxing. What's good, family? Thank you, appreciate you. We're just wrapping up here, though. Everybody's giving a
Absolutely. My guy, I saw your new girlfriend.
Yeah.
If I
Just saying.
spar Jamel, though, I'm gonna use Shakur's tactics. Huh? Just saying.
Damn. That's how we feel. That's how we feel.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
That comment right there just convinced me this lad is noble brother.
Yeah, that's how we feel, man.
I love you, bro.
Okay.
So Jamel, last words, Jamel.
I'm good. I appreciate I appreciate that having me on, of course. It's always love. Y'all know to reach me at Jabel Herring. Ohio Box. Don't laugh too hard because I still represent y'all as well.
He's laughing because he is lows. That's why he's laughing. Because I said I saw your new girlfriend. Look at the last post.
It's always good. Like I said,
We're gonna check that out, Ohio.
For those in Ohio, make sure y'all get down to Cincinnati, go to those boxing gym. Rashid Warren is actually training there now. So that's what he transitioned to him. So shout out to Nuke. He's doing this thing as a trainer with the kids. They were just at the National Golden Gloves. I know they went far. I believe the quarterfinals and semifinals. But again, like Christine and the rest of the panel said earlier, it all starts with the kids at the amateur level.
Mm-hmm.
So support your amateur gyms, whether they're big or small. Support the kids in those gyms. And shout out to my people back on Long Island as well. Shout out to Strong Island. Nike, give a shout out to Strong Island as well. Strong Island, where's that? Shout out to everybody on Long Island. Loving the support. Shout out there too.
Wrong Island.
I love my girls, Nika, Crystal. Y'all always come through. Always bring a great show. Thank you so much. Kano Sports TV. I'm sorry, it's not sports anymore. It's TV.
Yeah, it used to be. It used to be.
I'm used to the sports. I'm sorry.
I know.
Jamel, yeah.
Oh wait, I want to give a shout out to Chicano Boxing t-shirt because I got this shirt and it's pretty cool. If you like, I feel like
That's nice.
like a WWE
nice.
feel, yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, that's beautiful. So tell everybody where they can order it.
Yeah, I think you just have to hit her up in the DM on Twitter.
Okay. Absolutely. Good. Yes. We love to support our locals and our non-locals. So thank you so much. Please give her a shout out. HOD. What's he talking about?
Maybe Chicano Boxing?
Yeah, I think that's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, she just did. Okay, but thank y'all so much. We love to love you. And until next Wednesday, we will see y'all then.
Bye. All right, let me see.